Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy Friday to you. We're going to go over the severe weather threat for Saturday evening. I am going to let a few more people jump into the feed here before I move on. I had exactly 1 inch of rainfall overnight last night, and added another 3/10 that I added this morning. So 1.3 is what I officially got here at the house. And I know down in Urick, Missouri, got a little bit more than that. They got 1.3 last night and another 4/10, so about 1.75 inches. So rainfall totals were everywhere, from 7 inches down near Amsterdam in Bates County to 3 inches in Blairstown to barely even a drop up off of 435 in Kansas City. So mainly stayed south of I-70 last night. So much needed rainfall. Vernon County, St. Clair County, Bates County, Henry County, Benton County, we all got a very beneficial rain last night and this morning, and we're kind of setting up for yet another round of thunderstorms tomorrow evening, and possibility of some severe storms that we're going to go over right now. I will be posting this link. I'll remind everybody I'll be posting the link to this video here in once we get done in the group, so that if you missed part of it or want to go back over, share it with somebody, you're welcome to do so. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump in the middle of things right now. So what you're seeing up here on the screen, I'm going with the short-term model that's been highly accurate. It takes current data and plugs it in to give kind of an in-house model of what we can expect for tomorrow. So right now, if you notice, right up here where my cursor is, this right here is the timestamp. So that's Saturday morning at 4 a.m. And there are a couple of small little cells out there. Nothing severe. And I'm not expecting anything severe until the cold front moves through. So let's go on at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Notice there's a few more scattered showers and thunder showers, mainly out here in Bates County, Vernon County. Now, obviously, model data, they're not going to be exact for the location. Kind of gives you a general idea. There will be some scattered thunderstorms in the morning. As we go through 10 a.m., 1 p.m., mainly north of I-70 is where we're seeing some of the activity up here north of I-70. The cold front begins to fire up around 4 o'clock out here in eastern Kansas, central Missouri. And as we move forward, a nice solid line of thunderstorms is beginning to build around 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Move through, this is 7 o'clock. Looked like we're going to be right in the thick of it. St. Clair County, Vernon County. And notice there's another line of storms behind this one. And as we go through 8 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock, another round of storms come through west central Missouri. 11, 1 a.m., and finally by 3, 4 a.m. we're going to be, it will be pushed out of our area down well to the south. So we're going to have several hours of thunderstorms beginning somewhere around the 5 o'clock time frame currently. Now, the HRRR model, which is actually run every single hour of the day. Tomorrow, probably around noon, I am going to be updating. I am working tomorrow, so my time is going to be pretty limited, but at noon tomorrow I'm going to be updating using the HRRR model, and that is going to solidify when we can see the storms here in west central Missouri. But I'm looking at right around the 5 p.m. time frame, between 5 and 7, where we're going to see the bulk of severe activity for west central Missouri. Now, after looking at all the data, I know what the models are saying. There are two different scenarios that can play out tomorrow night. The first one we just ran through here. A second one is going to mean a little less severe threat for west central Missouri, but we're still going to get the rainfall. We're still going to get the thunderstorms. However, they're not going to be quite as severe. Now, this is kind of an outlier model that I'm kind of looking at, but what it's actually doing. Let me blow this up here real quick. Give me just a second here. Let me clear this screen off. So the second model is actually showing a line of storms pushing further south instead of east, bringing most of the severe threat to the west of this pink line right here. I don't know why I'm using pink. West of this line, leaving us with non-severe thunderstorms, but I do believe we have a very high risk of seeing some strong straight line winds along the leading edge of the thunderstorm that will be coming through west central Missouri. This will kind of iron itself out tomorrow at noon with the short-term model. But this is something that I've noticed over the last 3 or 4 runs, and where the front is setting up as well is going to play a huge factor into the severe threat that we will have for west central Missouri tomorrow night. And to set things up, let me see if I can tone this down just a little bit. So what's going to happen, we got a low pressure sitting up here. We're going to have a front kind of doing this thing. So this up here, this northern half, is where we're going to see the biggest tornado threat. North of, right around St. Joe, over to Quincy and north. There's going to be a pocket right here. It's right along this triple point. The triple point is going to be this area right here. Right where I got this black box at. That's what they call the triple point. That's where the tornado threat is going to be strongest at, right up there. However, along this line that will be moving through, we could see 1 or 2 spin-ups. They'll be short-lived, weak tornadoes that can form along the leading edge of this Bow Echo line of storms that many of the models are predicting to move through tomorrow night. So right now we've got a enhanced risk for severe storms, and I'll go ahead and bring this up real quick. Let's take a look at the SPC. So right here in the darker yellow, right here, that is the enhanced risk for severe storms. It includes part of Henry, Bates, Vernon, St. Clair counties. This is the area that could receive up to tennis ball size hail with any of these storms. There is actually a hatched area of over 40% chance that somebody within any point within this circle to see tennis ball size hail. Along with that, strong winds up to 75 miles per hour anywhere in this yellow area, including the slight risk, which is everywhere around it. So a very, very broad area. Just looking here at the chat. So, Catherine, the last few models had a bow echo look to it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what most of the models are showing right now. They're showing a bow echo developing, moving through western Missouri, but there's two models that I look at that seem to work very, very well in these type of scenarios, and they're showing that the severe part of the line moving more south versus east. You know, I'm gonna tell you now that's probably the outlier model. That probably the GFS, the NAM 3KM and the 12KM all show a bow echo style line of storms moving through west central Missouri. Tornado risk is pretty low for us. I wouldn't say it's zero by no means, because we could have a few spin ups along that leading edge of that line of storms. However, the best tornado threat is going to be up north of where I just pointed out, up by the triple point. So let's take a look at the take a look at the tornado probability for day 2. As you can see, we're just in this light green area. This is the tornado probability threat assessment from the Storm Prediction Center. Shows all of west central Missouri and the big broad area of a 2% chance of any given point within this green box to see a tornado within 50 miles. That's a 2% chance. Very, very low. It's not zero, but it is low. If we zoom out just a little bit, there's a better chance up here along the triple point, up here in Iowa and in points to the north. So this is the best chance for tornado activity for tomorrow night. But we still need to be really weather aware tomorrow night. Regardless, we're going to have the potential to see strong straight line winds, large hail up to golf balls, and we do have a flooding potential. Some of the models are showing anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of rain for already saturated ground from the rain from last night and today. So we do have that flooding potential. Let's take a look here at the hail probability. So there is a hatched area that's within this black circle here with the hatch marks near it. This is a very, very high risk for large hail within this area, and it's actually encompassing some of west central Missouri, Cass County, Bates County, Vernon County, and then outside of this hatched area, we have we actually have a really good chance of seeing some hail up to the size of golf balls. Now let's also take a look at the strong wind probabilities. Oh gosh, I'm on the wrong screen. So this is what I'm more concerned about here. I have a feeling come tomorrow, as long as the current models that we're running off of continue to point to the same direction, I'm guessing that they're probably going to enhance and upgrade the threat for strong straight line winds a little bit further north and just a little bit further east. Right now in this red area, a very strong possibility to see winds in excess of 60 miles per hour anywhere within this red circle. But I do believe this is going to be expanded for the wind threat come probably 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So this is what I am I'm really more concerned about the strong straight line wind than I am anything else with this line of storms that will come through tomorrow night. So, that's something we all need to stay weather aware of. So, let me get off of this here real quick. There's a couple more things I want to share with you guys. So again, I am going to go back through this model. And I am going to zoom in just a little bit more. Alright, again, here's the timestamp. So we're looking at midnight tonight. 5 a.m. Few scattered showers and thunder showers. I don't see them being very widespread as we go. It's not going to be a washout for anybody with plans tomorrow during the day. As we head to the noon hour, most of the storms are going to be up north of I-70. And then we'll start to see, as we get into the heat of the day, the cold front will begin to fill in around 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, we'll probably see a really strong line of storms stretch from northeast to southwest. And I don't think this line is going to be moving very fast. That's the reason why we do have a threat of some flash flooding, because we're going to have several rounds, 2 lines of storms on top of several isolated cells out ahead of it. There's somebody in West Central Missouri that's going to pick up 3, 4, maybe even 5 inches of rain when this is all said and done. 6 o'clock, moving through Johnson, Henry, Bates, Vernon County. 7 o'clock, more southern extent, Henry, St. Clair, Vernon. And then the secondary line will begin, stretching from just south of Kansas City down into eastern Kansas. Secondary line will be moving through, bringing yet more rainfall and thunderstorms through the area. And then eventually clear out by, looks like, what is that, probably 2 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So a very, very long evening of the potential for some severe storms tomorrow night. But I'm going to tell you, the initial line that moves through is going to be our greatest threat to see severe weather. And right now it's looking like between the 6 and 8 p.m. time frame. So I know there's a lot of people. I've gotten all kinds of messages today from people having plans tomorrow afternoon. They might be camping. There's a concert going on tomorrow night. There's a lot of things that's happening, and I will tell you all that there is going to be, this line of storms is going to be very, very electrified, meaning that tons of lightning. So please, please, please make sure to stay aware of the lightning, especially if you're camping. Lightning can actually strike 10 miles away from the thunderstorm. So it can be just cloud cover. You might even see the sun shining, and you can still be struck. If you can hear the thunder, you're too close. You need to be inside. So good old saying, when it roars, head indoors. That's what I preach to the kids when I go to the schools, to teach them about weather and severe storms. So this is going to be something that definitely, there's going to be a ton of lightning. If you live in rural areas, you might plan for some power outages. Typically, whenever we get a storm of this magnitude that comes through West Central Missouri, a lot of rural areas, they will lose power. So make sure that you plan on that, have flashlights available, have radios available. One thing I do want to touch on, if you're going to be out on the road, if you're going to be gone away from the house, a great app to utilize. And hopefully everybody has this on their phone, because I've talked about it now for the last 5 years. The first one is called Storm Shield. This is an app for Apple, Android. Great app. You can set it up where it follows you wherever you're at. So if you're going to be traveling, it's going to be protecting you if you head up into Jackson County and Jackson County is under a severe thunderstorm warning. It will notify you, and it's loud. You'll grab your attention, and it's very accurate. So Storm Shield, very, very good app to have on your phones. If you're home or if you're away as well, here in West Central Missouri, I can't talk enough about these guys. Radford Media Group, Clayton, they are absolutely phenomenal. We share a lot of the same thoughts about the community and how important it is to get the weather warnings and the advisories and the watches out to the public to warn them. And I know Clay. He does a fantastic job. He cuts in live. And this is for all of West Central Missouri. He covers. So Johnson County, Henry County, Benton County, St. Clair County. Make sure they have a great app out there. Radford Media. You can download it. You can listen live on your phone. So 95.3 KDKD and 104.9 The Biz. Fantastic. We also have our webpage, Subby's Weather Talk. I've talked a lot about this. This has all the information you guys would need. Right on the home page. Scroll down a little bit, and you have the West Central Missouri advisory page. Up to the second, all warnings, watches, advisory for West Central Missouri. Fantastic tool. It also has a National Weather Service radar, especially for those that might not have very good cell phone reception. This is very low bandwidth needed to run this radar. You can go forward, back. It's really a great radar to be able to use, especially if you don't have much bandwidth or much internet service wherever you're at. You'll always be able to pick up the radar right there on the website. And then, of course, we have all of the Storm Prediction Center severe outlooks right here on the home page as well. My YouTube live feed right there. And if you're on this video right now, make sure that you guys enable, go ahead and hit that like button on this video. Feel free to share the video. Anybody here in West Central Missouri that you think might benefit from watching this, to kind of give them a heads up what to expect. And you can also set up notification. You hit that notification button here on the video and subscribe to my channel. You will be notified whenever I go live. I am expecting to go live tomorrow night as this line builds up and moves into West Central Missouri. I will be live for the duration tomorrow night. So some very good tools here, guys, I want to share with you. For those of you that need an app on the phone, Storm Shield, fantastic. So I will be putting in writing kind of what we can expect for tomorrow. If anybody has any questions, if they're going to be out on the road, feel free to shoot me make sure you shoot me a message, and I'll be more than happy to get back with all of you guys. I will do an update tomorrow at noon using the short-term models, and we'll have kind of a little bit better idea exactly when the timing of these storms and the intensity of this line of storms we're expecting. So again, 1 to 3 inches of rain expected throughout West Central Missouri tomorrow night. So, the creeks are on the rise right now. So, flash flooding is a concern. It's going to be a very electrified storm. Several hours of thunderstorms, meaning several lightning strikes. Make sure to guard your electronics. That week or 2 weeks ago, I had a lightning strike close to the house, and I have everything on surge protectors in the house with the exception of one of my monitors. I have a 3 monitor setup that I do this on, and one of those monitors, it was a 42-inch TV that was not plugged into a surge protector and absolutely fried it when we lost electricity. So power surges are real. Make sure all your electronics are shielded. Make sure to have flashlights, especially live in rural communities. Have flashlights available. Have your weather radios on. Make sure the batteries are good in the weather radios. You guys, I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys know I say this every time. A weather radio, I feel, is just as important as a smoke detector in everybody's house. It will wake you. It will notify you. It will tell you up to the second what's going on. So very important to have a weather radio. This is we're heading into the fall severe weather season. This is pretty much like a second tornado season for Missouri. So these cells, this storm is going to mean business tomorrow night. So I will be updating. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Thank you guys. Oh, good, Catherine. You're Skywarn. Excellent. If anybody has any questions, just feel free to let me know, and I'll be happy to answer it. And I will be doing an update here in about 10 minutes, written in the Facebook group. I'm going to be updating Instagram, Threads, Twitter, and the website. So we'll be. Everybody should know about the potential for severe storms to move through West Central Missouri tomorrow evening. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll post a link in case you come in late. I'll post a link to this as soon as we get done here. Everybody have a great Friday night. Talk to you soon.